Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome, everybody, to the Loomings album release live stream concert. There's a lot of people here, but maybe you just see us right now. My name's Brian.
My name is Penka Jane.
And we are Dear Crow, and we're going to be playing a little opening set to kind of warm everything up for the concert before we bring in Alex and the rest of the band. So without further ado, we're going to start playing some music. So welcome, everybody. Here we go.
Take the whiskey over gin, but an ice cold beer on a warm night do me in. If I could, I'd sleep well past noon. God only knows who else is waking in my room. Night comes and I'm still running hard, smoking, kissing boys and playing with bent cards. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. Sell my fiddle for a little self-control, but it keeps me from crying and ever feeling low. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. I spend too much money on nice clothes, dresses with pockets and silk and pantyhose. God only knows what I'm buying for. At the end of the day, they're gonna end up on my floor. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. I sell my fiddle for a little self-control, but it keeps me from crying and ever feeling low. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. I've never been one to call it quits. I got enough vices to sink any ship. Lord knows I'm known to self-indulge. The loving of you's my favorite vice of them all. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. I'd sell my fiddle for a little self-control, but it keeps me from crying and ever feeling low. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. I sell my fiddle for a little self-control, but it keeps me from crying and ever feeling low. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul. Lord have mercy on my hedonistic soul.
Yeah.
Thanks awful much, guys.
Yeah, so in case you're just joining us, welcome again to the Loomings album release stream.
Woo!
We are Dear Crow, and we've got one more song before we're gonna bring on the rest of the band. So I have to retune. Hopefully that's it.
It wouldn't be a real set if we didn't retune the banjo.
Either the banjo or the fiddle. That was a tune called Windbush Rag that we played to start,
Indeed.
and followed it with a song that Penka Jane wrote. And this is going to be a song that comes from a wonderful singer and songwriter named Kristen Andreasen, and it's called Virginia is for Lovers. I've been restless in my heart these days, and I can't find a way out of it. It's been keeping me up these nights, though I try, like you say, to get over it. They say Virginia is for lovers. I don't believe first kissed under the dogwoods, such a short time in bloom. I saw your eyes shifting as you mumbled to me, you can't stay. When your knees get weak with love and you fall, do you always crawl away? They say Virginia is for lovers. I don't believe it's true. Skipping stones on the Shenandoah, let the river cast its spell on you. Are you restless in your heart these days, 'cause you can't find a way back to me? Is it keeping you up these nights, though you try, like you say, to be free? They say Virginia is for lovers. Let's make believe it's true. Where dusky shadows hold the Blue Ridge, wrap your arms around me too. I've been restless in my heart these days, and I can't find a way out of it. All right. Well, that brings us to the next stage of events. I just want to point out that we recorded that particular song on with a project called the Vashon Sessions, and that's a sort of collaborative music project where that
We actually would be there right now.
we would be there.
If current events were not current
And
events.
it was the brainchild of Alex Sturbaum to start that project, bringing a whole bunch of really wonderful musicians from our region together for a wonderful weekend to record. And we have the joy of a couple of those musicians here who were at the Vashon Sessions and recorded that with us, Laura Basset and Richard Barn. What's your last name, Richard? Reeves. Richard Reeves.
Weren't even close.
We're on a first name basis. I know something. Never mind. I'm the one who lives in a barn. So I just want to take a quick second to point out how excited I am to be part of this project and here at this release. This is very exciting.
It's extremely nostalgic.
Yeah, and like this is the culmination of a whole lot of work largely from Alex, and it's like such an honor to be part of this. This began back at the very beginning of March. Alex and I were on tour. We were in New York. This was the very, very early beginning of March
This was the before times.
when it like was just beginning to look like, oh, I think it would be unreasonable to be on tour right now, maybe, but none of the gigs had been canceled. And so we optimistically got on a plane and went to Philadelphia and then New York. And by the time we got to New York, everything had been canceled. And at that point, Alex looked at me and said, okay, I think I'm going to make another solo record. And I was like, okay, cool.
And hello.
Yeah. And like, I definitely the roots of that had been stewing for Alex for a while. But this was the moment that this was like, Alex was like, yep, gonna do it. And I was like, cool, this is a great project. Good idea. I'm looking forward to how this pans out. Well, 12 hours later, Alex comes down to breakfast, notebook in hand, and says, so I've got the track list figured out, and I'm starting to get some cool arrangement ideas. And that was kind of emblematic of how the whole project panned out. Alex, over the last 10 years of which I have been their close friend and bandmate, Alex has been honing the skill set to take on a project like this. And I just saw this unfold with such alacrity and precision with which you just like pulled in all the people you wanted to be part of this, came to Alicia and got Alicia on board and just made this happen. And Alex has made a friggin' awesome record out of this. And I am so excited. This is like, Alex has like, 6, 8, 9 different recording projects under his belt prior to this. And
It really does show.
It's all come together for this, and it's a really cool thing. So without further ado, Alex Sturbaum and the Loomings band. Should we hit it?
Yeah. On the clipper ship Tryphina, swinging northward from the line, with the trade winds blowing steady and her flying kites a-shine. 65 days from Angiers, with her freight of Fuchauties, there a sailor man lay dying, and the words he spoke were these: many years I've sailed this packet, and I've come to like her well, and I've not much hope of heaven, and I've not much use for hell. But if be it as they'll let me, by the great hook block I swear, if the great Tryphina wants me, dead as living I'll be there. There'll be one more at the halyards, there'll be one more on the yard, fisting up them thundering courses when they're frosted good and hard. One more tallying at the forebrace, at the waist neck deep in foam. One more hand to sweat the topsails up and sheet to Gansel's home. It was off the western islands when he smelled the land he died, and they laid aback the mainyard and they tossed him oversides, and they squared their sheets for England, pulley hauling with a will. But for all they thought they'd left him, well, he sailed aboard her still. And the chaps as was his shipmates went the way as all chaps go, and the folks as was her owners sold the old ship long ago. But whoever owned or sold her, whoever went or came, the Tryphina's extra hand sailed aboard her just the same. There'll be one more at the halyards, there'll be one more on the yards, fisting up them thundering courses when they're frosted good and hard. One more tallying at the forebrace, at the waist neck deep in foam. One more hand to sweat the topsails up and sheet to Gansel's home. never signed no articles, he never drawed no pay. Never scoffed no victuals, but by night as well as day. Though you'd never know his coming, and you'd never see him go. He'd be always somewheres handy when it's coming on a blow. And he'd stand by wheel at the lookout, and you'd kind of feel him near. Kind of see him and not see him, kind of hear him and not hear. And the funny thing about it was you somehow couldn't swear, but you'd know it sure as shooting when the extra hand was there. There'll be one more at the halyards, there'll be one more on the yards, fisting up them thundering courses when they're frosted good and hard. One more tallying at the forebrace, at the waist, neck deep in foam. One more hand to sweat the topsails up and sheet the gansels home. And in port, when all the chaps had gone ashore to take their ease, they'd left the ship as lonely and as quiet as you please. Not a blessed soul aboard her, but the galley cat and you. Then you'd hear a sort of something. More than once I've heard it too. Like a fella up aloft there, puttering round amongst the gear, lashing here, another rattling, putting on a mousing there, and whistling old tunes over, such as shellbacks used to know in the good old China tea trade many, many years ago. There'll be one more at the halyards, there'll be one more on the yards, fisting up them thundering courses when they're frosted good and hard. One more tallying at the forebrace, at the waist, neck deep in foam. One more hand to sweat the topsails up and sheet the gansels home. Well, hello everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome again to the release concert for Loomings. I'm so excited to share all of these tunes with you. With the world, and we're so happy to be here, and so happy to have all of you here too. I'm going to hand off the bouzouki to Brian, who's going to be doing the rest of the zouking for the evening. And we'll crack on. That last song was a song called Tryphina's Extra Hand. I first heard it from Alice Winship, who was a wonderful person and just a leading light of the Seattle maritime singing scene, who I had the honor of producing a legacy album for here at the WinterBlue Room, which is where I met Alicia. And the version that I sang, I learned from Arthur Davis, who is a musical treasure and a whole lot of fun as a human being. So this next song is a song, it's just a simple little song about the wives of two 19th century whalers falling in love. This is called Sweet Mary Starbuck. 1, 2, 1. I married John Coffin just 2 years ago. He's a fine man, as all Nantucket knows, and he's bound to make second mate, or so I hear, if the Charles brings home enough oil next year. At 20 a mother, at 19 a bride, with a child on my knee and another inside. My heart, it was broken and swept out to sea, where my sweet Mary found it and brought it to me. Sweet Mary Starbuck from Nantucket town, if she was the sea, I would willingly drown. And her voice, like a bell on a clear winter's day, sets my heart a-ringing and winging away. At meeting one morning she came to me there, with the Nantucket wind in her fly-away hair. Her hand, soft and certain, clasped mine in the lane, and I felt my heart shiver when she spoke my name. Her words came in whispers, in trembling lines, her cheeks red as roses, her eyes all a-shine. Then she kissed me so gently, so soft and so sure. The world spun round once, and at once I was hers. Sweet Mary Starbuck from Nantucket town, if she was the sea, I would willingly drown. And her voice, like a bell on a clear winter's day, sets my heart a-ringing and winging away. On Nantucket our men go to hunt for the whale. They live at the mercy of teeth, sea and gale. But in town life goes on, and it goes on apace, with children and letters, Mary's sweet face. So when John comes, I'll give him a kiss and a smile, and a good whaleman's wife I will be for a while. And in time I'll stand watching his sail fade at sea, then go home where my true love lies waiting for me. Sweet Mary Starbuck from Nantucket town, if she was the sea, I would willingly drown. And her voice, like a bell on a clear winter's day, sets my heart a-ringing and winging away. It sets my heart a-ringing and winging away.
Yeah. I like that one, Alex.
I love that one.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you.
The other favorite that's coming up. Followed by a couple more favorites.
So many favorites.
No. It's so hard to not sing along on the ones I'm not on the official arrangements.
No, I know. I
Yeah. Alicia, do you have any recorded laughter or clapping?
Oh, laughter.
It's mostly a laugh track.
Yeah, definitely. We want like a stadium's worth of applause, please.
We're gonna carry. We're gonna. I love you guys, and all you out there. We're going to carry on now with a song about revolutionary writer Tom Paine, and Tom Paine said a lot of things that are still relevant today. Among those being the idea that no government which denies humans their rights can be legitimate, which I agree. And Mr. Paine went, he faced prison and castigation for for standing up to power and speaking the truth. And I think that in these days, I think we could do a lot worse than to emulate that. However, this song is not just about Thomas Paine. It is about his bones. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I roved out one evening by a river of discontent. I chanced to meet with old Tom Paine as a running down the road he went. He said, I can't stop right now, child, King George is after me. He'll have a rope around my throat and hang me from the Liberty Tree, but I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. He said I only talked about freedom and justice for everyone, but ever since the first word I spoke, I've been looking down the barrel of a gun. They say I preached revolution. Let me say in my defense that all I did wherever I went was talk a lot of common sense. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. Old Tom Paine, he ran so fast, he left me standing still. There I was, a piece of paper in my hand, just standing at the top of the hill. And it said, this is the age of reason, these are the rights of man. Kick off religion and monarchy, it was written in Tom Paine's plan. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. Old Tom Paine, there he lies. No one laughs and no one cries. Where he's gone or how he fares, no one knows and no one cares. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance to Tom Paine's bones. Dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I love that song. Well, we're going to completely shift the tone for a moment now. This song, well, I'll just sing it. How about that? Big blackbird come round my door in the morning. In the morning, boys, big blackbird come round my door in the morning. Boys, big blackbird come around my door just like he done the day before. Says best get ready, there's a big change coming in the morning. What news you brought to me in the morning? In the morning, boys, what news you brought to me in the morning? Boys, what news you brought to me while I've been sailing o'er the sea? What have you seen while winging free in the morning? Asked him, had he seen my girl in the morning? In the morning, boys, asked him, had he seen my girl in the morning? Boys asked him, had he seen my girl? No, sir, though I've been o'er this world, she's gone, long gone, and she ain't a-comin' back in the morning. Asked him, had he seen my town in the morning? In the morning, boys, asked him, had he seen my town in the morning? Boys asked him, had he seen my town? Yes, sir, yes, I watched it drown. The sea come up and it all come down in the morning. Asked him, had he seen my land in the morning? In the morning, boys, asked him, had he seen my land in the morning? Boys asked him, had he seen my land? Yes, sir, there's fire from sea to strand, and it's in the grips of a poisoned man in the morning. How can you speak these words so free in the morning? In the morning, boys, how can you speak these words so free in the morning? Boys, how can you speak these words so free when each one tears my heart from me? Why should I care for that, says he in the morning. There's a big storm a-comin' and there's nowhere to go in the morning. In the morning, boys, big storm a-comin' and there's nowhere to go in the morning. Boys, big storm a-comin' and there's nowhere to go. The rent's too high and the money's too low. It's comin' fast and you change too slow in the morning. You're long on blame and short on time in the morning. In the morning, boys, long on blame and short on time in the morning. Boys, you're long on blame and short on time, but me and mine will do just fine. We'll pick your bones and eat your eyes in the morning. Big blackbird come round my door in the morning. In the morning, boys, big blackbird come round my door in the morning. Boys, big blackbird come around my door just like he done the day before. Said best get ready, there's a big change coming in the morning. Boys, best get ready, there's a big change coming in the morning. Yeah. I wrote that song sort of looking at the state of the world at present and just thinking, you know, the crows will probably be fine.
Yeah.
It's a bit too prophetic, Alex.
Yeah. Did you think at the time that the world was going to get better?
I mean, I hope so. Anyway, and now for something completely different. Now that
this is the optimism we all need. This next thing.
One of the things that got me into playing traditional music was the traditional music of Newfoundland, and especially I've always loved the tunes from that part of the world. I feel like they're really good and they're really bouncy and they're driven by the accordion, which just makes everything better. And they always get overshadowed by their really flashy neighbors to the south in Cape Breton, or their really bouncy neighbors in Quebec. But when I decided to make this record, I decided I was going to put a few sets of Newfoundland tunes on it. Partly because I wanted more people to hear these tunes that I love so much, and partly because I knew that if I recorded these tunes and made Brian and Penka Jane play on the record, then they would have to learn these tunes, and then I could play them with it.
Clever move.
Anyway, kick it. impossible to play that last tune and not feel happy. That last tune is called Fogo Island Mussels.
Do like a social media check-in?
Yes, please.
First of all, they can't hear anything I'm saying, I'm pretty sure. Everyone loves you.
Get close to Laura's mic.
Hi, Laura, can I get close to your mic? Okay. social media check-in here. Everyone loves you. And are very excited about your low whistle, Brian.
Oh.
That's pretty much
It
it. I
is a
can
very
read off
exciting
some
whistle.
specific ones, but that's pretty
Sadly,
much
that was its only feature for the concert, but I'm glad everyone
But what a
liked it.
feature.
it. Eva and Colleen will be so sad.
Excellent.
People really like Big Blackbird. You're getting it stuck in people's heads. It's very depressing.
It does.
Thank you, Ray. Well, I'd like to take a moment before we do this next one to introduce the band, the Loomings band, as Brian called them. First off, on bass and guitar, he's a rhythmic powerhouse down from San Juan Island just for this gig, and just a wonderful person and force of nature, Richard Reeves.
Oh, thank you. That's...
On backing vocals, and maybe lead vocals at some point tonight. We've been friends pretty much since I landed in this town, and she is still one of the people who I get most excited when she leads a song to sing, Laura Basset. On fiddle and bowron, she is tiny but fierce, and the person with whom I enjoy shouting about whales most, Penka Jane Culevski. And on guitar, fiddle, banjo, other banjo, bouzouki, low whistle, and vocals.
You made me work hard for this, Alex.
He's my most frequent collaborator. He's my bandmate. He's my best friend, Brian Lindsay.
Thanks, Alex.
We're going to play a song now that sounds kind of different from the rest of the record. This song came out of something that every songwriter faces at some point. I sat down with my, pad and paper, and I thought to myself, tonight I write a good song. Tonight I write a powerful song. Tonight I write a song that brings people to the deepest part of their emotional core. And then I stared at a blank piece of paper for like an hour. And eventually I said, never mind, that's stupid. I'm going to write a song about an alligator. One, two, three. Muddy water rising to my door. Black back of water, can't go back there no more. Twisted branches, crescent moon. Mist is rising, gonna be here soon. Wind is whistling through the trees. Catch me shivering here on my knees. Bullfrog croaking through the gloom. Swamp lights flicker, gonna be here soon. In the backwoods, clock strikes 3. But I'm not sleeping, and neither is he. On my back porch, 18th of June. Gonna load my shotgun, gonna be here soon. Alligator. Alligator.
come up when the rain comes down. You don't hear him, he don't make a sound. Just ripples spreading beneath the moon. Getting closer, gonna be here soon. Alligator, alligator. Some say the devil looks like a man, got a smile on his face, dollar bill in his hand. Some say he walks where men ain't free. Some say the devil looks a lot like me. Alligator, come to me. I've been waiting all night beneath the cypress tree. Got a bottle enough for me and you. We can end this, gonna be here soon. Alligator, 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 gonna be here soon.
Oh, yeah.
On the record, I got to play an electric guitar solo, about which I was very excited. We're going to carry on now with a waltz. This waltz is a bit of a shout out and a dedication. This waltz is called Radish in Spring, and Radish is, of course, the nickname of my spouse and partner Ray, who is just one of the single most amazing people extant. And I'm not going to. I have cameras and microphones, and I'm going to embarrass you. Ray has been just absolutely wonderful and supportive for nearly 10 years we've been together, and it's better every day. And she is really a remarkable kind, smart, and fun person. And she has allowed, and I am incredibly lucky to be able to do what I do here, and I don't think I would be able without Ray's support. So I love you, Ray. This tune's for you. This is called Radish in Spring. 1, 2, 3, 1.
where do people give you money, Alex?
That is a
And where do people find this record?
That is a very good question. Live stream. To sort of tip the band tonight and make sure that all of these wonderful musicians get compensated for their time, you can go to alexsturbaum.com/donate. Also Alicia, of course. alexsturbaum.com/donate. And you can find the record at alexsturbaum.bandcamp.com/album/loomings. And I believe that all of the links will be attached to the stream, or will be in sort of the closing screen of the stream as well. We're going to carry on now with a song. We're going to feature Laura Basset on this next one. This is a song about how desperate you have to be to make a bargain with the Fae. This is called By the Door. Sam and I knew by October that the hard times were in store. We'd had such a sorry harvest and the baby newly born. The winter came in screaming, far too bitter and too soon. The first storm took a yearling, the second might spell doom. And the neighbors gave all that they could, but they hadn't much to spare. We were never free from hunger, we were never free from fear. It got cold and it got colder, trees would shatter from inside. But the night the wind brought voices was the only night we cried. For we all have heard the stories that the old-timers tell. Never eat the food they give you, and beware the sound of bells. And you must never make a bargain, thus we've all been warned before. But I hear the baby crying, and my cloak hangs by the door. We hung on through December, but outside the snow grew deep, and the quiet words of winter whispered ever in my sleep. Sam pretended not to hear them, and I tried to do the same, but they promised our salvation and asked nothing but my name. And we all have heard the stories that the old-timers tell. Never eat the food they give you, and beware the sound of bells. You must never make a bargain, thus we've all been warned before. But I hear the baby crying, and my cloak hangs by the door. On a silent winter's evening, in this lonely churchyard ground, 12 times over, through the snowfall I can hear the old bell sound. And I shiver for a moment, and my voice sounds weak and frail, As I say to what might hear me, I have come to make a deal. For we all have heard the stories that the old-timers tell. Never eat the food they give you, and beware the sound of bells. And you must never make a bargain, thus we've all been warned before. But I hear the baby crying, my cloak hangs by the door.
I think I first heard that one when Alex sent it to me at like 2 a.m. over a phone message once. I was like, what is this?
Sometimes sometimes I want to write songs that singers who I enjoy singing with will like. So, once again, I did not realize until just a second that it is a theme on this album that, like, when there is a sufficiently, like, haunting song, we must immediately cleanse your palate by just blasting you with accordion. But anyway, we're going to blast you with accordion. This is some more tunes from Newfoundland. These ones are reels. The first one was written by Vince Collins, who is a great accordion player. The second tune is Cape Breton tune that got sort of turned into a Newfoundland tune when the Newfoundlanders started playing it. It's called Gillis's Favorite. And the third one was written by the famous fiddler Émile Benoit, and it is called The Breakwater Boys Breakdown. How's your banjo doing there, Brian?
Doing its banjo thing, you know?
I do know.
They don't like to be ignored.
Anyway, anyway, here's the tunes. Hope you dig them.
You could be here all night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good enough.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was fun. Accordion tunes are good for what ails you. I'm going to play one alone now. This is a song about those precious moments between when you and your partner wake up and when you have to, start the workday and start doing things. This is called Morning Song. Hush, don't wake yet, baby. There's hours yet before the day. Summer's gone now, and good riddance. We can't sleep in summer anyway. And I've been feeling so untethered, like my soul is in the wind. Got a feeling like I'll never find my solid ground again. Won't you sleep a little longer, and I won't wake you, there's still time. Did you dream, and was it easy when your heartbeat matched with mine? Some mornings there's a fine line between wakefulness and dreams, 'cause the way you look at sunrise is the finest thing I've seen. And we are free to chase the dreams that seem too big for us, and yet seem like so little to be asking. And we can turn the world around, but all I want is here. All I want is now. Wait for just a moment and breathe out and in. Let time slow and freeze and crystallize around us. Find a place before the day begins. We have bread and we have coffee, and we have this space and time before we have to open up the door and let the world inside. And we are free to chase the dreams that seem too big for us, and yet seem like so little to be asking. And we can turn the world around, but all I want is here. All I want is now. Well, thank you. We've come to the last song on the record, but maybe not the last song tonight. This song was written at the request of my friend Laura Alexander. She thought it would be a good thing to have a song out there in support of the people who are currently working in healthcare and medical fields during this pandemic, who are going out and putting their lives on the line day after grueling day, while being denied everything from hazard pay to protective equipment. And so this is a song written in support of them. But if you want to support these people who are, doing their level best to keep us safe at great personal risk, there are ways to do it. This song is actually the center of a fundraiser, the Stand Steady fundraiser for essential workers. And we got a whole bunch of people to sing this song together and play it together and edited it together into a video. And if you look for this song title, Stand Steady, on YouTube, you will be able to find the video, but also in that video description, you will find the links to the 5 different fundraisers to raise resources for essential workers that are extant right now. So I hope you enjoy this song. This is Stand Steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's peel off your scrubs, stumble in through the door, step into the shower and scrub yourself raw. It's in at 11 and back out at 4, for there's work to be done for the living. You toil on the border between life and death. You're fighting for those who are fighting for breath. It's a battle that takes until little is left, and it's fearful and seldom forgiving. Stand steady, my friends, in the darkest of times. Our love will go with you as you hold the line. When the hardship has passed, we as one will entwine, and we'll dance to a better world coming. Behind gloves, behind masks, there's a courage that dwells when you head off to work in a world gone to hell. Do the job you were trained for and do it as well as you can with the tools you've been given. Politicians and ministers promise to serve and to give us relief that we need and deserve. Well, if any among them had half of your nerve, they'd have done more and done it unbidden. Stand steady, my friends, in the darkest of times. Our love will go with you as you hold the line. When the hardship has passed, we as one will entwine, and we'll dance to a better world coming. So hold on to hope through exhaustion and fear, and we'll go safe to ground till you give the all clear. And when this is all over, we still will be here in the bright shining light of the morning. When the bars are back open, we'll buy you around, lift our voices in song, raise the roof with the sound, and we'll join hands and dance till our feet shake the ground to welcome the heroes returning. So stand steady, my friends, in the darkest of times. Our love will go with you as you hold the line. When the hardship has passed, we as one will entwine, and we'll dance to a better world coming. Oh, stand steady, my friends, in the darkest of times. Our love will go with you as you hold the line. When the hardship has passed, we as one will entwine, and we'll dance to a better world coming. Oh, I know there's a better world coming. Well, thank you all so much. It's really wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for coming out and celebrating the release of this record with us. There's a few thank yous to be said before we send you off here. And the first one, I'm going to ask Alicia to come out of the booth and say hi, because Alicia is one of the most talented, capable, and simply coolest people I've met. And it is largely due to her steady hand and guidance that this that this album is what it is. So thanks, Alicia. You're the best.
My pleasure.
And also, I should thank everyone who pitched in on Kickstarter to make this happen, and to ensure that that we were able to do this and make this album a reality. And thank you to everybody who has supported this journey and supported musicians who have been finding themselves without gigs. And most of the recording of this album, I was in one room here and Alicia was in the control booth, and it doesn't get much more socially distant than that. I also want to say thanks again to Ray, just for being great. So, I'm sure. So, how would y'all out there like to hear Laura sing one? Because I know we would.
Yeah.
It's hard because they're all over here and the camera's over here, so we'll go with
Yeah. You want to tell them about this song?
Well, it's another one that we recorded as part of the Vashon Sessions project that we did before. It's a song by Kate Rusby. So here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Sings of a time when the sky was falling. All come together and be in no doubt. Oh, darling, let's go over now. The devil's here. Oh, darling, let's go over now. The devil's here. That's so, darling. Oh, my darling, be strong and be proud. See, the devil will go round, round, round. High on a hill and away up yonder, all come together. Are you in or are you out? 11th day was hell, but the heart grows stronger. All come together and be in no doubt. Oh, darling, let's go over now. The devil's here. Oh, darling, let's go over now. The devil's here. And it's so, darling, oh, my darling, be strong and be proud. Oh, darling, then
are you, winter, are you out? She sings of a time when the sky was falling. All come together and be in no doubt. Oh, darling, let's go over now, the devil's here. Oh, darling, let's go over now, the devil's here. And it's so darling, oh my darling, be strong and be proud. Oh, darling, then you'll see the devil will go round, round, round.
Laura Basset, friends. Well, we've got time for just one more. Thank you so much to all of us, or not to all of you who came out and watched, all of these amazing musicians who joined me tonight, to Alicia for doing the audio and video and generally being amazing. And thanks so much for making this album release what it is. I'm so proud to share it with the world.
Can you let people know where to donate again?
Absolutely.
Especially if they're on YouTube.
Absolutely. If you want to kick in some dollars to tip the band and the studio, you can go to alexsturbaum.org I'm not an organization. alexsturbaum.com/donate.
Been organized.
Or yeah. And
the album is available online right now. You can go to bandcamp.com and buy it there.
Yes.
Or Alex's website. There are links there.
Absolutely. So, yeah. We're going to leave you with this one. We figured that the times being as they are, we'd reach into the Vashon woodpile and bring you a good old-fashioned anti-police song. And wherever you are, feel free to sing along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Poor Ned, you're better off dead. At least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back. Boy, they're gonna hang you high. '78 was a year I remember so well. They put my father in an early grave, slung my mother in jail. Well, I don't know what's right or wrong, but they hung Christ on nails. 6 kids at home, 2 still on the breast. They wouldn't even give her bail. We sing, poor Ned, you're better off dead. At least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back. Boy, they're gonna hang you high. You know I wrote a letter about Stringy Bar Creek so they would understand that I may be a bush ranger, but I'm not a murdering man. I didn't want to shoot Kennedy or that copper Lonigan. He alone could have saved his life by throwing down his gun. We sing, poor Ned, you're better off dead. At least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back. Boy, they're gonna hang you high. Penka Jane. Took Ned Kelly and they hung him in the Melbourne jail. He fought so very bravely, dressed in iron mail, and no man single-handed can hope to break the bars. It's 1,000 like Ned Kelly will hoist the flag of stars.
you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back. Boy, they're gonna hang you high. Poor Ned, you're better off dead. At least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back. Boy, they're gonna hang you high.
All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you all so much and good night.